Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Friday, the 31st day of May. It's the final day of the month. Can you believe that?
I cannot believe that.
Man, the whole month of May just went quick. Today is Autonomous Vehicle Day. I don't think I'm ready for those yet. That's self-driving cars. I'm not ready for those.
Yeah.
National Save Your Hearing Day. This is where you say, huh?
I didn't know that's what autonomous meant.
I think. Isn't that what it is? Autonomous vehicle?
I don't know. To me, it sounds like something that would go in water for some reason.
That would be amphibious. But good try. National Speak in Sentences Day. National Macaroon Day. National Utah Day. National Smile Day. It is also Necrotizing Fasciitis Awareness Day. I don't know if I said any of that right, but sounds painful. Also, National Heat Awareness Day. Not heart. National Heat Awareness Day. So, a lot of stuff going on this 31st day of May. Also, want to tell you about a guest I have coming up, Arnie Malham. He's got a book called Worth Doing Wrong. I know that sounds funny. Usually you say worth doing right. Well, we're going to chat about why some things are worth doing wrong. That's on the way.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Politico/Morning Consult poll found that 61% of Game of Thrones fans enjoyed the series finale. So it's been in the news that there are people that are upset. Mm-hmm. And there's like a change.org petition saying, kill these writers. I don't think that's what it is. I don't know, something. But 61% of the fans said, I thought it was fine. What are you talking about? It was good.
I can honestly say I've never been so worked up about anything in my life as some of these people have been.
Have you ever been so worked up that you want to do a do a poll?
No.
Not a poll. What do you call it? Change.org petition?
No.
Like, that's it. We need to outlaw this or whatever.
I think that's really sad.
No,
actually.
I think it's cool that people are passionate. I think that's awesome.
But get passionate about something that matters.
Have you seen the one, the Change.org, Let Heidi Talk More on the John and Heidi Show?
No, but I did.
I'm just kidding. I'll let you talk as much as you want. Thanks for listening to Surveys and Studies and Such on the John and Heidi Show.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
And this is Your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. According to the sheriff's office in Florida, a man there found himself back in jail after chatting with an ATM and charging a deputy.
After chatting with an ATM?
It doesn't make sense, but it'll make sense in a second. 35-year-old Philip Hardwick visited the Tom Thumb in Wausau, 2:30 in the afternoon, keep in mind.
Okay.
He wanted to get himself a snack and reportedly took a Snickers bar and something to drink without paying. After getting his refreshments, Hardwick, as stated in the release, then began trying to carry on a conversation with the ATM in the parking lot. That is when he turned and charged at one of the deputies, but was quickly detained. The deputies managed to restrain him as he held a rolled cigarette that he said was filled with spice, the slang term for synthetic marijuana.
Okay.
He then tried to find out who the ATM was. He said that there were people there trying to kill him. Then he tossed his wallet into a baseball field. So that's the end of the story.
That's an interesting evening. That dude had stuff going on.
That's in the afternoon.
Wow.
So you might want to seek some help, dude. Remember that website we talked about? Timeforrehab.com. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Now, Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Former CBS News anchor Scott Pelley claims that he was fired because he complained about the hostile work environment for women at the network. So he's saying, all I did was said it was really bad here and we should change some things, and then they changed things by firing me.
Okay.
So I wonder what all happened there and if we're going to learn more about that story. Patricia Arquette says that she recently had this Emmy award-winning role on the show Medium. She said that she was asked if she could lose some weight for that role. So
what?
Is that normal? Is that how that works?
That happens all the time in Hollywood. Jennifer Aniston even had to lose weight for Friends.
So there was the show was called Medium. Wouldn't it have been Small?
Wow.
Okay. If I was in that position, it'd be extra large. Okay, one last story. Christy Teigen posted a Twitter photo of a massive bruise that she suffered on her leg after falling down the stairs Friday night. Yikes.
That's too bad.
And in other news, Heidi stepped on a nail. Did you post that on Twitter?
I did step on a nail.
Did you post it on Twitter?
No.
How in the world could you get by
I'm
without
not on
telling?
Twitter.
Okay, well, that explains that.
No, I didn't even post them. I didn't post it anywhere. I went and got my tetanus shot and
you're all good.
Got all bandaged up.
She's foaming from the mouth a little bit, but other than that, she's fine. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at TimeForRehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at TimeForRehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything. Learn more at TimeForRehab.com. That's TimeForRehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.net. The World Health Organization, also known as the WHO, they've deemed video game addiction as an official mental illness. So if you know somebody who likes to play video games a lot, like Candy Crush on her phone, and then she deletes it and then she puts it back on and then deletes it again, she may have mental illness. Or he may, or whatever.
Yeah, whoever we happen to be talking about.
I'm not talking about anybody in particular. What level are you on for Candy Crush?
3,000 and something.
What a coincidence that I happen to mention that. An 8.5 million pound boulder. 8.5 million pound. That's
was Wile E. Coyote there?
No, but it fell onto a Colorado highway Friday night and completely destroyed the road.
Ooh.
Can you imagine if you would have been on the road when that happened?
I bet the Roadrunner was near.
Yeah. Meep. That's, for the kids out there, probably have no idea what we're talking
probably
about.
not.
When we were kids, there was a cartoon with the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. And
it was the greatest cartoon.
He would
that
find
poor
ways
coyote.
to knock boulders down onto the road, trying to stop the Roadrunner, but ended up usually landing on him. So, a private group has begun construction on a half-mile section of a Mexico-U.S. border wall. They're doing this in New Mexico. So a private group just decided, let's go do this ourselves. Can you do that?
I don't know. I don't know because they don't own that. I guess if they own the land where it's being constructed,
with permission or something. I've got a link to the story if you want to get all the details. New York City's ferry system experienced massive delays over the holiday weekend. It caused beachgoers to wait in the sun for 90 minutes before getting picked up. Can you imagine being stuck in the sun for 90 minutes? When you were just planning on going and hanging out in the sun all day? I understand that the big struggle is if you had somewhere to be and you had to wait, that is not fun. But people online are not being nice about that. A French matador nearly died last weekend after he was gored in the groin by a bull on last Saturday. So
that's why you don't do those things.
Yeah.
Why you want to tease an animal like that?
Don't look at me. I'm not doing any of that. Can you imagine me chasing the bull, or what is it, running of the bulls?
Yeah.
I don't even walk with the bulls. I don't want to do any of that. I mean, you do you, bull, and I'll do me, and we'll be fine. O.J. Simpson claims that he had a steamy hot tub hookup with Kris Jenner in 1990 that led to her divorce from his former lawyer, Robert Kardashian. Kris Jenner commented and said, "What? That never happened." Seriously, she denied the report of any hot tub hookup. She's like, I have no idea what he's talking about.
I'm sure it probably happened.
So it either didn't happen, or she had so many hot tub hookups that she forgot that one.
No, I'm sure she knows. She just doesn't want to be associated with having had a hot tub hookup with O.J. Simpson.
She's like, wait, this was after the event. So, in a minute. I don't know about all this. An auction site is selling a chance to eat lunch with Vogue editor Anna Wintour. How much do you suppose it would cost this auction site, how much do you suppose to have lunch with Anna Wintour? Do you know who that is?
I have no clue who that
She's
is.
the editor of Vogue magazine.
Okay, you just
Do you
told
know
me
what that is?
I know what Vogue is.
It is a magazine.
It is a
Now
magazine.
that's all cleared up. How much do you suppose to have lunch with her?
I have no idea.
If-
$3,000.
Wow. Heidi, that's not even going to cover a crouton. What kind of lunch are you having? The kind of lunch that a supermodel would have who would be in Vogue magazine? $20,000 is what it's going to
good
set
Lord.
you at. We should auction off lunch with Heidi. Maybe not. Have you seen her eat?
Six-pack and a package of beef jerky.
I'm just being silly. Actually, you know what? I bet there are a lot of people who would love to have lunch with you. Former E! News anchor Kat Sadler has started a podcast called Naked with Kat Sadler, where she interviews guests in her bedroom and then asks them to take off an article of clothing, like after each question, apparently.
Oh, good Lord.
So, it doesn't really sound like something that I would watch, but apparently that's what else is out there. So, for those of you looking for stuff, it's a podcast, so it's not like you're seeing anything. I don't understand the whole point, but if that's the case, hey, we could be doing the program.
We do that every morning.
Every story that I do during the scoop of the day, we take off an article of clothing. Oh, we don't really. Nobody wants that. That's why we no longer have webcams. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We have Arnie Malham joining us today. He's got a new book called Worth Doing Wrong, The Quest to Build a Culture That Rocks. How you doing, Arnie?
Doing great, John. Thanks for having me this morning.
I love that, because usually you hear people say anything worth doing is worth doing right. Well, you kind of flipped it on its head and said, no, it's worth doing wrong. Now, why in the world is that?
Well, because we figured out we couldn't do it right. And so we figured out we had to do it wrong enough to get it right. And so the key, and what I'll talk about throughout the book, is how you create a path from wrong to right, but you can't get there without doing it wrong first.
So, and some people think, well, I failed, that's bad. But really, failure is not bad. That means you're doing something. You just need to maybe make a little adjustment, and then it can be really, really good, can it?
And, John, the key is that adjustment that you document. And so everything for us is our checklist. Our orientation is a checklist. How we hire people is a checklist. How we grow people is a checklist of opportunities that we learn from and add to. It's not something we do and don't look back at. It's something we constantly upgrade. So in a sense, even when we're getting it right, we know and look forward to getting it wrong so we can improve it.
That's awesome. So now the book, how long have you worked on this, and where did the concept come from to actually create this book?
Well, the how long is that we're, some of us are in business for a long time before we get it right. For me, it's I'm a 20-year overnight success in creating a great ad agency, a great call center, a great growth tool. And so that's my wife would actually make fun of me all the time for getting it wrong, and I realized that was the path. And so that became the title of the book and sort of the theme behind everything we did.
Now, for folks that are maybe interested in getting this book, where do they go ahead and find a copy of this?
Well, Amazon.com for sure, and Audible.com, which is part of the Amazon experience. But you can read it, you can listen to it, you can download it, and you can learn the story. So we're big on R&D, John. We're big on rip off and duplicate, and so one of the reasons we wrote this book is so others could rip off and duplicate our success. We've over the years had teams in and out of our shop. We've employed over 1,000 people, and we hope every one of them left a better person than they came. And this book gives other people a chance to learn from that experience and grow their people and therefore their business.
That's fantastic. Again, the book is out right now, and the book is called, I think this is just a really fun title, Worth Doing Wrong, The Quest to Build a Culture That Rocks. Now, do you have any examples of maybe somebody that was doing something wrong and then they made that little change and saw amazing success?
Well, I think those, I could go through example probably of, like companies you've heard of that we think of everyone being an overnight success, but the truth is it sometimes takes years to get the formula right, and then they become an overnight success, and we all hear about them. But it's that time willing to do it wrong before they get it right. For us, it was more about giving our team members permission to get it wrong. And it's one thing to say, I get it wrong on the way to getting it right. It's another to give your team members permission to get it wrong before they get it right without jumping in and making them feel bad. Same with parenting. Same with how you deal with your family. Give people permission to fail, and they'll often surprise you and get it right sooner than you think.
So for people who are afraid of failure, and when they think of, I didn't do well on this whatever project, what advice do you give them to maybe make them feel like failure is not the worst thing that can happen?
Well, in our environment, we just celebrate it as growth and not failure. And so we've had a lot of team members, and we would, in staff meetings where you start recognizing the award winners, we recognize the learning opportunities. Hey, Susan got this wrong the first time, but she made this adjustment, and now look where we're going. And so Susan gets to take pride in both her mistake and the growth. And so what we found more than anything is if you recognize what you want, you'll get more of it. And so we recognize the failure as growth, and what do you know? We get more of it, and everyone grows faster.
I think that is fantastic. And for people listening that are maybe afraid of a failure, don't be afraid of it. Instead of looking at it as failure, look at it as, okay, this is one step closer to success, but you got to keep moving forward, right?
Yeah, and on the other way around, even if you think you've reached success, there's a way to improve it. And so you're never there. It's a journey, not a destination. Enjoy the ride.
Arnie, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Hey, enjoyed being a part of your show. Have a great day.
Absolutely. Again, the book is called Worth Doing Wrong, The Quest to Build a Culture That Rocks. It's available right now. We're going to throw a link to it in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com.
If you have a drug problem, don't let it ruin your life. You can be in treatment as soon as tomorrow, and you can start to get clean in as little as 7 days. Take the first step to get drugs out of your life at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, so you really have nothing to lose. Timeforrehab.com. Start your new life. You deserve it. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Janis Joplin left $2,500 to her friends to, quote, have a ball after she died. That was part of the plan, was like, hey, celebrate.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. I like that.
She set $2,500 in her will so her friends could have a ball after she's gone. And they did that at her wake, held at the Lion's Share at a place in California. So that's kind of a neat thing to do.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's great.
Your little plan. Now, my wife over here, she's got a book. What is your book called?
I'm dead. Now what?
And you gave me one so far. What's in mine?
Absolutely nothing is in yours. So I'm going to do whatever I want to do at your funeral.
You scribbled my name in there, but that's it. And I was looking through it. I was going to start writing things in there, but I'm just too much of a wise guy. I have to get in a not silly mood because otherwise it's all going to be ridiculous.
Oh, mine is ridiculous.
I saw that, and I don't want mine to be. This is today's fun fact. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
The average household has thousands of dollars in credit card debt. If you find yourself in that position and you're making minimum payments, you could be in debt for a long time. Make sure you have the very best card with the very best rates at bettercreditcards.net. We work with different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net, bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, fear this. Time for fun with phobias. Metrophobia. This is not what I would have guessed. Metrophobia. 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 It is fear of...
I don't know.
Poetry. What?
Oh, I think we read that one, actually.
I would have not gotten that, but it's...
I think we read that one, and I remember that now that you say that, because I was like, that makes absolutely no sense.
Makes no sense, and I demand a recount. Oh, wait, this is my segment? Okay. I don't make these up, though, but if I did, I wouldn't use that. That's today's fun with phobias.
If you can't have a drink without it leading to another drink and another drink, maybe it's time to get help. There are programs designed to help take alcohol out of your life for good at timeforrehab.com. Don't let a drinking problem spill over into other areas of your life. Get help to quit drinking and start living the life you truly deserve at timeforrehab.com. Your insurance may cover everything, Learn more at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A thief took off with an Albuquerque fire rescue SUV in the middle of the night. Police chased him for hours, damaging vehicles in the process. He did, not the police. In the lapel video, a 34-year-old Anthony Pacheco told the police the SUV was running when he hopped in. A 3-hour-long police chase ended with him crawling out of the window of the AFR chief's vehicle that he's accused of stealing, then mooning the police.
Oh, that's nice.
The chase started, by the way, at 4 a.m., once again saying nothing really great happens in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm.
He led them on a chase through the International District, driving over curbs, even through a cinder block wall. Yes, through a cinder block wall. One officer popped a tire trying to keep up. He eluded the police, driving into one of their vehicles to get around spike strips. Now he remains in jail after a judge granted the state's motion for pretrial detention. They said, we don't want this guy going anywhere. He's got a long criminal history that includes drug possession and aggravated assault. So that is such a bizarre story that apparently this vehicle was just running, he says, so he just jumped in and took off. So bad idea. It's weird news. Brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Now your moment of duh, brought to you by FunkyMonkeyShirts.com. A woman posted a video on Facebook of what appears to be a Wendy's employee taking a bath in the sink inside the Wendy's. The young man is shirtless and barefoot in the kitchen and then jumps into a sink full of soapy suds. People in the back are shouting, go, 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 and other things that I can't say on the radio. And that's when they're encouraging, take a bath, take a bath. And then he jumps into the tub. Somebody said, how's it feel? And he says, it's warm. Several people in Wendy's uniforms are standing by recording this on their phones. Wash your armpits. Oh, yeah, the voice says from behind the camera. So the whole time this guy is in there, let them see your toes. The camera momentarily flips to selfie mode to show who it is that's recording this, and it's another person in a Wendy's uniform. The operations manager for this Wendy's said that they are aware of the video and they're investigating. So what is a good excuse for that? I mean, all of these people, I'm sure, are going to get fired unless they come up with a really good excuse as to why, other than, hey, look at all the exposure we got. I mean, they mentioned our restaurant over and over on the radio. Yeah, not in a good way. Thanks for listening. By the way, don't blame Wendy's for that. It's not their fault. It's the knuckleheads that did it. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Before you know it, Christmas will be here. Are you ready? If you plan to use a credit card while shopping, make sure you have the very best credit card for you. It's free to click around and see what we can do for you at bettercreditcards.net. We have options from many different banks and different credit card companies who put out their best offers to earn your business. See if we can help you get a better credit card at bettercreditcards.net. Bettercreditcards.net. That's bettercreditcards.net.
Now, these three things, Heidi, tell me, what do these three things have in common? I don't know if you're going to get this one. I don't know if I would. An injection, a small drink, and a heavy ball.
Shot.
Oh, you did get these. Holy cow. Yeah, an injection is a shot, a small drink is a shot, and a heavy ball is a shot. Mm-hmm. Like the shot
put. Yeah.
Wow, you are good. You're way better at this than I would be. Because I'd be like,
No, there are a lot of days I'm like, I have no clue.
Next.
That one was easy.
All right, well, there you go. It's these three things.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of ripitgloves.com, promo code radio. That's RIPIT gloves.com. Here's a headline. Teen shoe store employee goes above and beyond for a girl with autism. I think this is just amazing. A teenage employee at a shoe store went above and beyond to help this young girl try on shoes. James Taylor, not spelled the same as the singer. Tayler.
Okay.
He posted on Twitter that he had a very good reason to be proud of his 18-year-old son, Jacob. Jacob finished work at Clark's shoe shop on Saturday and was handed a celebration alert from the store manager. The manager gave him this because they got an email from a customer who praised Jacob for helping her daughter, who was suffering from sensory overload while in the store. When you think about that, people who have issues with that, when you're out in public, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, that's tough.
He said, I am ridiculously proud of both of my children, but my 18-year-old son was presented with this at his job Saturday, and I might get a little choked up. It says on his Twitter, Dan Brown, the customer who emailed the store, saw James' tweet and was happy to know that Jacob got the recognition he deserved. So Dawn Brown is the one who actually was in there that sent that note. The tweet's got over 100,000 likes as of last week when the story came out. It's probably way more than that now. Dawn joked that she would ask Jacob for his autograph the next time she stops in to buy shoes because, he's famous now, Heidi.
That's really sweet.
And you know what? That's a good thing to be
Good job, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, absolutely. And good job to the kiddo for doing good things. And that's a good thing to be known for. Just think, earlier in the program, we talked about somebody
Wendy's employees.
Yeah, we talked about somebody about the same age who was taking a bath in a Wendy's kitchen tub. Not tub, sink. So, which child would you rather have? I'm just saying. Because there's somebody out there right now. Their kid's famous for that. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my kid.
I don't know what they do. When they leave the walls of my house, I am no longer responsible. I am responsible? Well, that stinks. All right. Hey, if you've got time to look for the good news, I do have a link to that if you want to check that out. Any of the stuff we talked about in the show notes at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for listening on this final day of May.